penalty.
Hello and welcome to Perry High School. Here with Perry Live 365. Today we have a matchup between the Basha girls softball team and the Perry girls softball team. My name is Cooper Richter and we are ready to go today. Here's a little bit of a late start. We're in the top of the first. There's one out for Basha. Got a 2-2 count here with one out. And that's going to be out number 2, a strikeout for Sage Stutz there.
Now batting shortstop, number 7, Alyssa Wright.
Number 7 up to bat for Basha, Alyssa Wright, senior this year. You get a ground ball right over to first, and that's going to be out number 3. We'll take it to the Perry half of the first here on Perry Live 365.
The bottom of the first, number 7, Kylie Huff.
We're ready here for the bottom half of the first. Kylie Huff up to the plate for the Pumas. She's a junior this year. And on the mound for the Bears, the senior, Trinity Smith, will be going for the Bears today. Kylie takes strike 1, looking. Oh, and 1 count. Kylie popped one up. It's going to be out of play. Pumas have a 17-5 overall record coming into the game today. Huff's got a 1-2 count. And she's going to be thrown out over at first. That's going to be the first out for the Pumas.
number 6, Sydney Smith.
Sydney Smith coming up for the next for the Pumas. Going to be a ground over to third base. And it's going to be a quick throw over to first. That's going to be 2 outs here. So 2 quick outs for the Pumas. Pumas will be in their number 3 spot now. 1-1 count here with 2 outs. Going to be called inside, 2-1 count. Be a hit over to right field. It's going to go foul. Excuse me, still 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 2-2's the count. Sydney Smith is still up. Going to be low and in the dirt. 3-2 count here. And the pitch, full count. Going to be low and in the dirt. They're going to take the walk. So Smith is going to be on base. And next up for the play for the Pumas, going to be in their number 3 spot.
Catcher number 8, Piper Lujan.
Piper Lujan comes up to the plate. Piper definitely one of the stronger hitters here on the team. 17 home runs last season. Be outside for ball 1. One out here in the bottom of the first. Sydney Smith sitting over on first. Gonna be low 2. Sydney Smith, definitely a threat to steal here for the Pumas. Be strike 1 for Piper. She leaned in like it was inside. Young called it a strike. Gonna be inside for ball 3. Piper gets ahead in the count. Three and 1. Strike 2 for Piper. She thought it was low. It's going to be a full count. Sydney still over there at first. Waiting for the call. Going to be hit down the third baseline. It's going to be called foul. Be low and in the dirt for ball 4. Piper comes on to first. Sydney moves up to second. It's going to be the number 4 spot in the Puma count. Next up for the Pumas. Actually, there will be a pinch runner for Piper Lujan. Excuse me.
Running for Piper Lujan, number 5, Bree Manos.
Number 5, Brianna Matos will be on first now to run for Piper.
Now batting first baseman, number 11, Chloe Grayson.
Chloe Grayson coming up to the plate for the Pumas. First baseman. with runners on first and second. Chloe leans out like it's inside, but they're going to call it a strike. It's going to be an 0-1 count. Going to be low and in for ball one.
Now batting second baseman.
2 outs here for the
13,
Pumas.
Jillian Lagaska.
Jillian Lagaska comes up to the plate. Jill, the second baseman of the team, senior this year. Early in the year during the fall sports season, won the state championship. Singles player in badminton. Multi-sport player for the team. Oh, and 1 count for Lagaska. Excuse me, 1-1. Going to be in there for strike 2. Lagaska will fall behind in the count 1-2. Here with 2 outs. Pumas have Matos on first, Sydney Smith on second. Going to be low and in the dalt for ball 2. A 2-2 count here. Low and inside for ball 3. That'll load up the count here for Lagaska. Number 9, Trinity Smith on the mound today for the Bears. And that's going to be strike 3 for Lagaska swinging. And that will bring us to the top of the second here on Perry Live 365. And we're back here for the top of the second. The Bashers coming to bat. Kayla Scholes, a senior this year for the Bears, at the plate here to start the second. Sage Stutz on the mound for the Pumas today. Comes in an off-speed pitch. It's going to be 1-0. Being there for strike 1. The infield for your Pumas, Sage Stutz, is pitching. Piper Lujan behind the plate. Chloe Crayson over at first. Jillian Lagaska at second. Sammy Gorgia over at shortstop, and Sydney Smith will be playing third. Little pop-up over to Legoska, and she's got the catch. That'll be the first out here in the second.
Now batting number 13, first baseman, Kennedy Roush.
Next up for the Bears, Kennedy Roush. She's a senior this year. Coming up to the plate here in the number 5 spot for the Bears. The Bears very senior heavy this year, as are the Pumas. 10 seniors for the Bears on their roster. And that's going to make it a 1-1 count for the Rush. And there's going to be a hit right over to Crayson, and she will get the quick out.
Now batting the pitcher, number 9, Trinity Smith.
Ashley Jones, a senior for the Pumas, up at the plate. 1-1 count here with 2 outs in the top of the second. Going to be a swing and a miss for strike 2. She's down in the count now with a 1-2 count. No score here yet in the top of the second. Pumas put 2 on but couldn't get anything out of it. Little hit over to Stutz. Gets the quick throw. Crayson. Oh, they're going to call her safe. Close play over at first. The ball might have been a little too high. Couldn't quite get the out. Pumas making a little mound meeting. Pumas are coached by Rob Hehe. He went over and just asked the umpire about that play. And the umpires are going to go ahead and call
now
it safe.
Left fielder, number 8, Ashley Jones.
Ashley Jones, number 8, also a senior on this Bears team, will be up at the plate. Plays right field for the Bears. Two outs here. It'll be called strike 1 looking. Stutz will get the first jump on the count here, 0-1. Gonna be fouled back. Ball almost hit our microphone back there behind the backstop. It's gonna be an 0-2 count here. Oh, 2. Little low and outside for Stutz, so it's going to be a 1-2 count. Here with 2 outs in the top of the second. Warm day out here in Gilbert. Currently about 92 degrees. Going to be a short blooper over to Smith. Can she make the play? Yes, Crayson's going to get the out. Long stretch, but she's going to get the out, and we will be right back with the bottom of the second here on Perry Live 365. We are back here and ready to start the bottom of the second. Liberty Justice will be first up at the plate for the Pumas. Gonna take a low strike one. Still our score here at Perry, 0-0. Basha's left one on so far and Perry's left two. There's a hit over to the shortstop, and it is going to be caught for out number one. Libby couldn't quite get it over the infield, so that's going to result in the first out.
Now batting, number 12, Natalie Arbizu.
Coming up next for the Pumas, number 12, Natalie Arbizu. Gonna take an outside ball one. One of the lefties on the team. Pumas actually have a few lefties. Gonna be low and outside for ball two. Get ahead in the count. Like we were saying earlier, very hot day here in Gilbert, about 93. Two and 0. Be low and outside for ball three. She's going to get a 3-0 jump in the count here. I would be very surprised if she goes after this pitch after being pitched 3 straight balls. And that's going to be the walk. Ball four is going to be called outside. And Arbizu's going to be on first.
Now batting, number 10, Sage Stutz.
The pitcher, Sage Stutz, will be coming up to the plate. Number 10, Stutz. Goes for the bunt. They're going to say she swung. Catcher looks like she wants to throw to first. Doesn't send it. But Stutz is going to have an 0-1 count. Couldn't quite go back in time there. Going to be low and in the dirt. And Arbizu's going to take second. Safe, it keeps her hand on. The Pumas now have a runner in scoring position, and Stutz will have a 1-1 count. The 1-1. Gonna be inside for ball two. Low and inside, going to be called a strike for a full count here. Be fouled off right towards our mic. So Sage will keep it at a 2-2 count. Two. Can be thrown over to first for out number 2. Arbizu for the Pumas though, now on third. All it takes is a base hit, and the Pumas are going to be on the board. Little mound meeting go on for the Bears. And it looks like Arbizu is going to head back to second. It actually looks like it's going to be called a foul ball on Stutz. So still a 2-2 count now.
number 3, center fielder Jordan Pearson.
So they're going to recall that. Abrizu is going to go down to third, and there's going to be 2 outs here in the bottom of the second for the Pumas. Going to be called strike 1 now. Little confusion on that play for us and the umpires. A hit past second base. And she's going to be called safe at first, so the Pumas will be on the board. Perry will take the lead 1-0 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second.
Now batting the designated player number 7, Kylie Huff.
And Kylie Huff will come to the plate. Now with Pearson on first. Be hit over to second, and they're going to toss for out number 3. Pumas are out of it, not before a little damage was done. They are on the board now, Perry up 1-0. And we'll be right back for the top of the third here on Perry Live 365.
At the top of the third inning, batting for the Bears, number 12, Riley Lord.
Number 12 coming up for the Bears, Riley Lord here in the top of the third. Going to be a foul ball. First strike 1, came back off her mask. Be strike 2, so Stutz will get ahead fast. 0-2 with no outs here. Stutz tries to go with an off speed, but Lord wouldn't bite, so it's going to be a 1-2 count here. Fouled back off the backstop. She'll fight, and it'll stay for a 1-2 count. The 1-2 from stage. Gonna be a hit out into left field. Abrizu's running. It'll come off the ground, and so that will be a base hit for the Bears. Abrizu hustles for it, just couldn't quite get far enough.
Now batting,
and it comes
number
off the ground
14,
just in front of her glove.
Minigoats.
So no outs here in the top of the third with 1 on for the Bears. Currently our score here, the Bears 0, Perry 1. Bears look for the bunt there. She pulls back. So it'll be a 1-0 count on the high pitch from Stutz. Going to go over to first with it from Sydney Smith, and they're going to get the out at first. Lord will advance to second, and there will be an out here in the top of the third. But the Bears will now have a runner in scoring position.
Batting for the Bears, number 16, Randy Wright.
Randy Wright, little ground ball over to Legoska at second, and they're going to get another out at first. But that is not without Lord moving up to third. So with 2 outs here in the top of the third, Basha will have a runner on third.
Sydney Stolze.
Sydney Stolze, number 3, junior for the Bears, comes up to the plate. One and out of the count for Stolze. Going to be a hit down the line to Abrizu. Basha's going to score. Coming into second. She's going to be called safe. Close play over at second. Abrizu with the throw.
Now batting number 7, Alyssa Wright.
Alyssa Wright comes to the plate. It'll be called ball 1. Our score now tied here as the Bears scored on that double. 1-1 is our score here. Going to be hit to center field. Pearson misses it. That's going to bring the Bears around to score. And the Bears have now taken the lead 2-1. Very hard ground ball out to center field. Took a bad hop for Pearson, and that put the Bears up.
Batting for the Bears, number 10, Kayla Schultz.
So with a runner on second for the Bears, and 2 scored this inning, they will take the lead 2-1. Called strike 1 here for number 10, Kayla Scholes. Little high and outside for Stutz. That's going to even the count up at 2-1. Sydney going to get the out at third on the tag thrown down by Lujan, and that's going to get us out of the top of the third. Pumas will be up to bat next. Try to get that lead back that they had coming into the third. And we'll see what they can do when we come back here on Perry Live 365. Sydney Smith coming up to the plate for the Pumas here in the bottom of the third. Going to get a foul tip to make it 0-1. Sydney's going to take a bouncer for ball one. It's going to be a 1-1 count. Two and one for Smith here in the bottom of the third with no outs. Going to be called inside for ball three, so Smith will get ahead here. Here comes the 3-1 to Smith. Going to be outside, so Smith will take first.
Now batting for your Pumas, catcher number 8, Perry Pumas.
Piper Lujan up to the plate here for the Pumas. Gonna have a 1-0 count. Up and inside. Gonna make it 2-0. Gonna take a little mound meeting here. The Basha pitcher and catcher. Number 9 still up to pitch for the Bears. Trinity Smith, the senior. Be last year for her pitching for the Bears. Gonna be called inside, be a 3-0 count. Like I said before, I'd be surprised to see Piper Lujan here swing at anything and just in case. And that's going to be ball 4. Coming up next for the Pumas is going to be
Number 5, Bree Matos.
up before the next hitter, Brianna Matos. Brianna Matos will head over to Princeland for Piper Lujan. Gonna be a foul ball right by the Puma dugout. Number 8, the left fielder, Ashley Jones, will go over and grab it. Pumas with runners on first and second. Sydney Smith over on second. And Matos over on first. Pinch running for Piper Lujan. Excuse me. Another little foul ball over into the Puma dugout. Down the left field side, and be an 0-2 count. Be low and inside for ball 1. Pumas down here in the bottom of the third, 2-1 to Basha. But have 2 on here that definitely could change that. Swing and a miss will be a foul ball to hold it with a 1-2 count. with no outs here in the bottom of the third. Sydney Smith up there on second. Definitely one of the faster runners here on the team. And she's getting ready to take third. Number 11 for the Pumas, Chloe Crayson at the mound. Pops it up over to third, and that's going to be out number 1. Pops it up in foul territory, but Basha gets the catch for out number 1. One down for the Bears.
Now batting the second baseman, number 13, Jillian Lagosca.
Second baseman Lagosca coming up to the plate for the Pumas. Base hit into left field. Sydney Smith makes the corner. She's coming home. And there's not going to be a play. The Pumas are going to tie it up here in the bottom of the third. Matos is going to move up to the second. Lagosca's on first. The Pumas have 1 out and 2 on here in the bottom of the third. And Liberty Justice is now going to come to the plate for the Pumas. 1 out, but definitely another chance to score. And Liberty's hoping to do just that. She had a hard hit early in the first that just couldn't quite get over the shortstop that was caught for an out. She's hoping to get a base hit here on this at bat. Try to get another one on the board for the Pumas. That's going to be 2-0 count now. She's taking the first 2 balls. Two-0 count. Going to be low and inside for ball 3. Perry could load the bases right here. Liberty Justice, 3-0 count. Liberty thought it was high. The ump's going to get her for a strike, and it's going to be 3-1. Here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Gonna be swinging for strike 2. So from starting with a 3-0 count, Liberty's taken 2 quick strikes. And she hopes to do something here with that. Going to be taken outside for ball 4, and that will load the bases for the Pumas. Loaded bases, and coming up to bat for the Pumas is the left fielder, Natalie Abrizu. Loaded bases here for the Pumas. Going to be taken outside for ball 1. There was 1 out in the bottom of the third. Pumas have already tied it at 2 this inning, and they're hoping to do more. Going to be taken low and out for ball 2. Going to be taken outside for ball 3. And that's going to be taken inside for ball 4, and that'll score for the Pumas. Sydney Smith will come in, and the bases are going to stay loaded, and the Pumas will take the lead 3-2. After that mound meeting for the Bears, number 13, Kennedy Roush, will come into pitch. The Pumas have loaded bases here in the bottom of the third with only one out. So definitely a chance to put a few more runs on the board here for Perry.
Now playing first base for the Bears, Paige Grigerson. At the plate for the Pumas, number 10, pitcher Sage Stutz.
Sage Stutz up to hit for the Pumas. Foul tip there on the first pitch, so it's going to be 0-1. Sage, only a junior for the Pumas. Going to be fouled up to the catcher, and she's going to make the catch for the second out. 2 outs here for the Pumas. In the bottom of the third. And Jordan Pearson, number 3, the center fielder, will come up to the plate. Going to be called for a strike. Definitely looked outside from here, but it's going to be an 0-1 count on Pearson. Pearson has committed to GCU for her next step in her softball career. A senior this year, so she'll be headed there next year. Plays center field here for the Pumas. Also another multi-sport player. Also plays badminton for the Pumas. Going to be called low for ball 1, so a 1-2 count here on Pearson. The 1-2. Gonna go back and hit the backstop, so she'll keep it at a 1-2 count. Pumas have the lead again here in the bottom of the third. A 3-2 Perry lead. Here today in Gilbert, Arizona, like I said earlier, a lot hotter than usual. Last week here in Gilbert, it was in the mid-70s to 80. And this week, we've hit a high of 96 today. So not the most comfortable day to be out here for these players. Pearson fouls it back again. Up over the backstop. She's fighting here with 2 outs to try to score another one for the Pumas. Not an ideal way to end the inning with 3 on. So they're going to try to get something out of it. Going to be taken high for ball 3. Pearson making the pitcher work here with a 3-2 count. Full count to Pearson here with 2 outs. Going to be called strike 3 looking. Pearson thought it was low and outside. Didn't get the call she wanted, so the Pumas leave it loaded here, getting ready to go to the top of the 4th. And we'll be right back for the first pitch in the 4th. And we're back here ready to start the top of the fourth. Stutt still on the mound for the Pumas. And Basha gets their first strike called inside. So an 0-1 count on number 10 for the Bears, Kayla Scholes. That one's called a ball inside, but they looked like almost the same pitch. Hit over to Chloe Crayson at first, and she'll get the quick touch on the bag, and that will be out number 1. Chloe Crayson making a nice grab over there at first, tag the base, and we have the first out here in the top of the fourth. Hit over Gorgeous, shortstop. It's going to come to a Abrizu, and that's going to be a base hit here in the top of the fourth.
Courtesy for the pitcher running for Kennedy, number 1, M. Rodriguez. At the plate for the Bears, number 11, Paige Gregerson.
Marissa Rodriguez to come on and run for the Bears over at first. Looks like number 11, Paige Gregerson, will come up to the plate for the Bears with 1 out. In the end of the third there, the Pumas took the lead 3-2. Hit over to Legoska, toss to second, and Gorgia can't get the throw to first, so they're only going to get the 1 out. But it keeps the Bears out of scoring position. Pumas trying to keep that lead here.
Batting for the Bears, number 8, Ashley Jones.
Ashley Jones coming up for the Pumas. Your Perry outfield, number 22, Liberty Justice over in right. Number 3, Jordan Pearson's playing center. And number 12, Natalie Abrizu, will be in left. Quick throw over to first, and Crayson will have the catch, and that'll be a quick 4th inning for the Pumas. Our score here from the Perry softball field, Perry 3, Basha 2. We will be right back for the bottom of the 4th. Pumas back to the top of their lineup here to start the bottom of the 4th. Kylie Huff at the plate. And number 13 still pitching for the Bears, Kennedy Roush. A hit for Huff, and it's going to be called foul. Not called foul. It was actually kept in the air, and that's going to be out number 1.
Number 6, Sydney Smith.
Number 6, Sydney Smith will come up to the plate. She's 2 for 2 today with 2 hits, 2 singles. Low and inside in the dirt for ball 1. Smith has scored today. No stolen bases, but 2 hits. She's going to try to go 3 for 3 here. Hit that's going to be dropped by the pitcher, and Smith is going to be safe at first. Just over the pitcher's head, and shortstop could not make it. So Smith is going to be on base, and she'll be 3 for 3 today.
On the plate for your Pumas, catcher number 8.
Coming up to the plate for the Pumas, catcher Piper Lujan. Piper, one of the very strong hitters for the Pumas, 17 home runs last season, a few against this Bears team. Piper going to start it off with a 2-0 count here. 1 out, the line drive by Kylie Huff that came right back to third base. Lujan with a hit out into left center field. It's going to go clear to the fence. Smith rounding second. Smith's going to round third. She's coming home. Going to be sliding, and she's going to be safe. And Piper Lujan's going to have a double. So that will be an RBI double for Piper Lujan, and Smith will score with a slide, and it will make the Pumas score 4 and the Basha Bears 2. Coming up next to the plate is going to be number 11. It looks like Chloe Crayson. And number 5, Matos, is going to come in to run for Piper Lujan. Chloe Crayson will be up at the plate for the Pumas. Crayson's going to have a 1-1 count here. With number 5, Matos on second, pinch running for Piper Lujan, who had that RBI double to give the Pumas a bigger lead. Crayson, a hit out into right. That's going to drop up against the fence, and she's going to be on second with an RBI double. And number 5, Matos, is in to score, and that will make the score Perry 5, Basha 2. Crayson with a hard hit. Out to right center field, went right up to the fence. And that's going to be 2 RBI doubles here in the bottom of the 4th. Number 13, the second baseman, Jillian Legoska, will be up next to the plate for the Pumas. But the Bears are going to take a quick mound meeting. No coaches out there, just players talking about it. Same thing out center field. They'll split off. And we'll be ready for Legoska up the plate. Legoska's got a 1-0 count here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. She's going to take a low strike. Take it looking. One ball, one strike, one out. Here's Lagaska. Gonna be strike two called. And again, it looked low. But Jill is going to take strike two looking. Give her a 1-2 count here with one out. The pitch from Roush. Popped way up second base. And the catch is going to be made. Excuse me. Little glitch in our monitor down here in left field. Grayson over there on second, ready to run on contact. Here with 2 outs. Ball hit right back at our mic. That might have actually hit the mic. And it sounds like it's okay. So we've got a 1-2 count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Going to be called outside for ball 2. Number 22, Liberty Justice at the plate. Senior here for the Pumas. Has committed to play softball in Colorado next year. She'll start her college journey along with 8 other of our varsity Puma players. All seniors here. Both teams very senior heavy. Gonna be called strike 3. Libby thought it was high. I'm just going to get her for strike 3 called. And we'll be right back for the top of the 5th inning. Our score here, Perry 5 and Basha 2. Here in the top of the 5th, Stutz still in the pitcher's circle. And Lord will be at the plate for the Bears. Gonna be taken high for ball 1. Our score, Perry 5, Basha 2 in the top of the 5th. Count is 1-0. To number 12, Kylie Lord. Gonna be fouled back over the backstop. For strike number 1, it'll make it a 1-1 count. Stutz still pitching strong here for the Pumas. As she did Friday night when they played the Bears at Basha. Swing and a miss for Lord, that's gonna be strike 2. Stutz pitch. Gonna be hit over to Liberty Justice in right field, and that's gonna be out number 1. A bright sun out there in left field. As you
At the
see,
plate for the Bears, number 14,
Justice has the glasses
Michaela
on.
Minigoats.
Pearson and Abrizu, they're facing the sun too, although they are not wearing glasses. Oh, and 1 count. And a line drive over to Chloe Crayson, gonna be out number 2. Quick and easy catch there by Crayson, and she will have the second one
Now
here
at
for the
plate
Pumas.
For the Bears, number 16, Randy Wright.
It's gonna be Crayson's second grab here in this game, or second out. Basha player jumps out of the way, but it's going to be called strike number 1, 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Smith over at third, playing in. Now it's fouled over towards the Puma dugout. Gorgia from shortstop's going to run over and pick it up. And Stutz will be ahead in the count, 0-2. They're going to try to get out of the top of the 5th here with no damage done. Coming up on the break before the Pumas come up to bat, a little short preview of what's next to come here for Puma softball. Just a little teaser for what is to come for the Puma softball team. There's a line drive out towards Pearson. She's not going to get there, and it's going to be a base hit for Basha. Good hustle by 3 just to pick it up.
Right-hander, number 3, Sydney Stolze.
Number 3, Sydney Stolze coming up for the plate for the Bears. Bears have 1 on and 2 outs in the top of the 5th. One and no count. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Gonna be called a strike. So 1-1 count. Nothing moving over there on first for the Bears. Not even really coming off the bag. Doesn't want a chance of getting thrown out. Gonna be called inside for ball 2. The 2-1. Lujan couldn't get the throw down to second, so the Bears will have a runner on second now. Ball was in the dirt, and Lujan didn't want to risk it, so there was no play going on over there. 3-1 count. Fouled back towards the backstop. It'll make the count full here with 2 outs. Pumas just trying to get out of this inning without any damage done by Basha. Hit back up to Abrizu and left. And that's going to be a double for the Bears. So just like that with 2 outs, the Bears will have runners on second and third.
Basha Bears, number 7, Alyssa Wright.
And Alyssa Wright will come up to bat now here for the Bears. Alyssa Wright. Number 7 coming to the plate. Alyssa's a senior this year for the Bears. Going to be called strike 1 for Stutz looking. She'll get ahead 0-1 here in the count. In the top of the 5th, the Pumas lead at 5-2 with 2 outs, but the Bears have 2 in scoring position. Going to be a hit to left field. Bears score 1. And she's going to have a single at first. So now the Bears have runners on the corner, and they will score 1 to make the score. Perry 5, Basha 3.
Batting for the Bears, number 10.
Coming up next for the Bears, Kayla Scholes, number 10, the senior. Pumas just trying to get out of this one with nothing else happening. Hit right back to the pitcher, Stutz. She'll send it over to Crayson, and Crayson will get the 3rd out. We will be right back here with Perry Live 365. Just like that, you have a quick sneak peek of what is next to come for the Puma softball team here at Perry Live 365. We come to the bottom of the 5th. Basha got a run in there in the top of the 5th, so Perry has a lead 5-3. You're going into the bottom of the 5th.
At the bottom of the 5th inning, starting off for the Pumas, number 12, Natalie Arbizu.
And number 12, Natalie Arbizu coming up to the plate for the Pumas. Pumas in the middle of their lineup. Number 13 for Basha. Kennedy Roush still in the pitcher circle to pitch for the Bears. Ball low and outside, ball 1. One and 0 count for Arbizu. Swinging on the ball, high and outside. Going to be called strike 1. The 1-1. Goes for a bunt. It's going to go over foul. And that's going to be strike number 2 for Arbizu. 1-2 count. Gonna be swung on, strike 3 for Arbizu. So they'll start the bottom of the 5th with a strikeout here for the Bears.
Batting for the Pumas, number
1 out here for the Pumas.
McKenna Atkinson.
And McKenna Atkinson will come to the plate here with 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. Pumas keeping it alive in the dugout. trying to keep this team pumped up and get their 18th win of the year. Pumas currently 17-5. That one's going to be up and away for ball one. 1-0 count with 1 out in the bottom of the fifth. Strung on for strike one. We'll make it a 1-1 count. Gonna be swung on for strike two. So Atkinson will be behind the count, 1-2 with 1 out. Gonna be popped up and out and behind the backstop. Gonna be outside for ball two. Make it a 2-2 count. Two and two, swung on a miss. Strike three, Atkinson did not like as she swung at that pitch. Little frustration there at the plate, but she heads back to the dugout. And number 3, Jordan Pearson, coming to the plate with the Pumas with 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. Pearson definitely keeps herself disciplined up there at the plate. Gonna be called outside, ball 2. Pearson's definitely selective with the pitches she wants up there at the plate. Popped up and behind the backstop, gonna be called foul. That'll be a 2-1 count here for Pearson. Two and one. Another foul ball up on the dugout by our cameraman. It's gonna be out of play, 2 and 2. Two's the count with 2 outs. Here to Pearson. Pearson trying to get on base here. Gonna be called outside to make it a full count for Pearson. Said earlier, very selective with the pitches she wants. She's battling up there at the plate. That one's gonna be foul tipped, but the catcher caught it, so it's gonna be out number 3. We will be back for the top half of the 6th. Your Pumas lead it 5-3. We'll be right back.
The top of the 6th inning, batting for the Bears, number 13, Kennedy Roush.
Kennedy Roush coming up for the Bears. Here to start the top of the 6th. First pitch is going to be called strike looking. They'll make it an 0-1 count. Going to be called low for ball 1, make it a 1-1 count. Kennedy Roush, first hitter up here in the 6th. Little hit over to Sidney Smith. Quick throw to Crayson, and they'll have the first out. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Crayson still at first for the Pumas. Jillian Legoska at second.
Trinity Smith.
Sammy Gorge at third, and Sidney Smith playing over there at third. Excuse me, Gorge at shortstop, and Sidney Smith at third, with Sage Stutz still on the mound. Number 9, Trinity Smith for the Bears will be up now. Gonna be swung on for strike 1. Bears trying to get it wild up in their dugout. Desperately trying to get something going here in the top of the 6th. We'll see if Stutz can keep him from doing that. Grounder right back to Stutz. Over to Crayson for out number 2. Here in the top of the 6th.
Now batting number 8, Ashley Jones.
Number 8, Ashley Jones, the senior, coming to the plate for the Bears. Our score still Perry 5, Basha 3. Top of the 6th with 2 outs. Gonna be called strike 1 looking. 0-1 count with 2 outs. On Ashley Jones, number 8. 0-1 from Stutz. Gonna be called strike 2 looking. Ashley Jones, the left fielder, trying to stay alive here. 0-2. Gonna be called just outside for ball 1 looking. Stutz tried to catch the corner of the plate there. Didn't give her to, so we'll have a 1-2. Gonna be called outside again. Make it a 2-2 count. Jones desperately trying to stay alive here and get something going. Hit foul over by the Puma dugout. And down into left field. Abrizu will send it back. And we still have a 2-2 count here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Perry 5, Basha 3. A swing and a miss for Jones, and the Pumas are going to be out of the top of the 6th. Our score here, Perry 5, Basha 3. We will be right back here on Perry Live 365. Kylie Huff will start off the sixth for the Pumas. Here in the bottom of the sixth. We'll be right back to start sixth. Kylie Huff to start the bottom of the sixth here for the Pumas. Called outside. Started off the ball one. One and 0 for Huff. Gonna be swung on a miss for strike two. Nice swing on it, couldn't just quite get a connection. Swung on a miss for strike two. Huff will be behind in the count, 0-1. Excuse me, 1-2. 1-2 with no outs here in the bottom of the sixth. Huff for the liner over to shortstop. Number 7, Alyssa Wright, will have the catch, and that's going to be one down for the Bears. Number 8, Alyssa Jones, was ready to back it up just in case it got past. But the shortstop made the catch, and we have one away. One out for Piper Lujan. Excuse me, Sydney Smith up to the plate. Piper Lujan in the on-deck circle for the Pumas. Smith will be at the plate with one out. Going to be called high for ball one. One ball, one strike, one out. Sydney Smith. Popped up down the left field line. Emily Jones calls it, and she has the out. That'll be the second out here for the Bears. A routine pop-up for Jones over here in left. And Piper Lujan will come up. I lost. Piper Lujan sends it foul down the first base side. Going to be out and over the fence. Looks like we lost our audio down there behind the plate. Gonna have to check that out. Lujan now still has a 1-2 count. Piper takes a ball high, make it 2-2. Here in the bottom of the sixth. 2 outs for the Pumas. Piper Lujan trying to keep them alive. Outside, 3-2 will make the count full. Lujan is fighting in the count here. Lujan, a senior for the Pumas. Catches for Stutz. Deep drive into right field. It's going to land fair all the way to the fence. Lujan coming around to second. And she's going to be in standing safe. So the Pumas with 2 outs will have one on second. Number 5, Brianna Matos will come in to run for Piper Lujan. Number 11, Chloe Crayson comes up to the plate for the Pumas. Pops it up, back to the catcher, and she drops it. Comes off the fence. Looks like a collision with the first base. But everyone is back up. Looks like everything's okay back there. She'll head back over to first base. And that will give it a 1-1 count for Crayson. Crayson with a 1-1 count here. Pops it up in the infield over to the shortstop, and that's going to be out number 3 for the Pumas. We will be back for the top of the 7th for Basha as the Pumas take the field for the top of the 7th. We'll be right back here on Perry Live 365. We are here, ready to go for the top of the 7th. Riley Lord will be up at the plate for the Bears. And Stutz still in the pitcher circle to try to finish out the game here for the Pumas. Fouled back for strike 1. Back against the backstop. 0-1 count for Lord. Here starting the top of the 7th. Gonna be an off-speed pitch from Stutz. It's gonna get her for strike 2. So an 0-2 count now with 0 outs here in the top of the 7th for Lord. And that's going to be called strike 3 for the Pumas. So they will have 1 out here in the top of the 7th. 2 to go for the Pumas. Same infield, same outfield for the Pumas. Liberty Justice in right. Jordan Pearson out in center. And Natalie Abrizu over in left. Chloe Crayson at first. Jillian Legasca at second. Sammy Gorget, shortstop. And Sydney Smith still playing third for the Pumas. Piper Lujan behind the plate. And Stutz in the pitching circle. Number 17, Greer West for the Bears coming up to hit. She has 1 out in the top of the 7th. called strike one looking for Greer. Head coach for the Bears, Greg Brunn. Excuse me, the assistant coach, Greg Brunn, standing over there on the first base side. Don't actually have the name of the head coach. That wasn't given to us by Mex Preps. Going to be called a little outside for ball 3. With 3-1 for Greer West. The pitch from Stutz. He hit down the right field line, out foul. And that'll fill the count up at 3-2 with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Sun is finally starting to go down here a little in Gilbert. Temps starting to cool off a little bit. Going to be a hit back up the middle to Pearson, and Greer West is going to have a base hit and be on first. Pearson gets the ball in quick to Gorgia. And the Bears will have 1 on with 1 out. Coming up now for the Bears is going to be Randy Wright, number 16, the senior. Bears team is consistent of mostly seniors, few juniors, and 1 sophomore on the team. Just coming up on 6 o'clock here in Gilbert, Arizona. Going to be called strike one looking to give her an 0-1 count with 1 out. The 0-1 from Stutz. Going to be swung on from strike 2. Oh, 2 count now. For Randy Wright, number 16. The deal from Stutz. Stutz thought that one was in there for strike 3. Umpire calls it just a little bit outside. So it's going to be a 1-2 count now. Pumas wanted that call. It looked good from here. Might have been a little outside, though. Hit right over to Sammy Gorgia, the shortstop. And they're going to get second out. Pumas 1 out away from a win here on this Tuesday afternoon. That would be the 18th win for the Pumas this season. Only sitting on 5 losses. Going to be called for strike 1. Sage Stutz trying to finish out this game. 0-2 count on number 3, Sydney Stoles. One of the juniors on this Basha team. One of the few juniors. Just trying to keep her team alive here. She is the tying run. Going to be called outside for ball number 1. 1-2 count here on Stoles. Another good looking pitch from Stutz. Going to be called just a little bit inside for ball 2. Stoles trying to stay alive here with this 2-2 count. Full count now. Stutz looking for one more strike here. Swinging a foul back to the backstop. And Stoles will fight to keep this count full. Keep her team alive here in this Val Vista rivalry against Basha. Fouls it again over into the Puma dugout. And Stoles will yet again stay alive with a full count. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Pumas lead it 5-3. This is Perry's second meeting with Basha, their first one being just the other Friday night. Pumas came out with a win. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to come to Pearson. Basha, she's in a rundown now. Lujan can't grab it. And Basha is going to have runners on second and third. Nobody scores. But the go-ahead run is at home. And the tying run is in scoring position at second. Number 3, Sydney Stoles gets that hit they needed there. And she's going to be the tying run here for the Bears over there on second. Now coming up to the plate for the Bears, number 7, Alyssa Wright. One of the seniors here on this Bears team. Looking to make something happen to try to keep her team alive. Going to be called ball 1. Maybe a little low there for the umpire. 1-1 count here with 2 outs. The 1-1 from Stutz. Swung on and a hit over to Smith, bobbled, gets the throw to Crayson, and that's going to be out number 3. And the Pumas are going to take this one against Basha. Our final score, Perry, Basha 3. Perry will be back here on Perry Live 365 on Thursday, where the Perry Pumas will go up against the Chandler Wolves right here at 4 o'clock. This will conclude today's game against the Basha Bears. Our final score, Perry 5, Basha 3. Thank you for joining us. From all of us here at Perry Live 365, my name is Cooper Richter, and we will see you on Thursday.